Hello, we're going to be talking through URL versus site level reporting in Search Console today. It's going to be a short video talking through the overview of that and the things you need to be aware of. It's particularly important because you want to make sure that all of your numbers kind of sum up and add up in the right way, and if you're not thinking about this, it's one of the common causes for them not adding up, particularly if you're using things like Looker Studio and extensions outside of Search Console. So let's hop into it. We're going to start with an example. Imagine that you're Zoopla. We have no connection with Zoopla, incidentally. They're just a popular brand in the UK for finding properties. They're very similar to Zillow over in the US. Suppose you're Google and you want to show the Search Console property for https www.zoopla.co.uk. What data would you show if someone searched for this? So, if we just take a look at our SERP, we can see Zoopla appear in position 1. They've got 5 site links, where they've got a Twitter page, an Instagram page, an Apple App Store page, an independent page. This is really the only one of immediate interest because this is the only one for the primary domain, i.e. our one here. So that's all we have to show in Search Console. What do we show for this? The answer depends on whether or not we're URL level or site level. If we're URL level, we're going to treat each individual URL as its own entity. So we're going to treat this separately from this, from this, from this. We're going to report on all of them separately. So the data we'd get is this. We'd have query, right? It's the same. It's all the same query, Zoopla. We have our page, we've got our home page, and then our 5 site links, and they all got 1 impression. We had 1 click when we popped onto here, we clicked the home page, and they're all at rank 1 because Search Console will treat all the site links as the same rank as the result within which they sit. If we pop over to site level, the numbers are going to be different. This time we're treating the entire site as we have selected in Search Console. So in this case it's our https www.zoopla.co.uk property. This site appears once, right? Multiple URLs, but it's the same site. So we only get 1 impression here. It gets 1 click and it has rank 1. So that's the primary difference between the two of those things. Is one treats each of these individually and the other one treats the entire site as one thing. Now, impressions are the big thing that's going to change, impressions of rank. However, clicks can also change, right? This is a property search. Imagine that we're popping through and we're just hammering open some tabs here. Right, it's a property search. In this case, the numbers that we're going to go see when we pop into here are that each of these URLs got clicked on once, right? However, for a site, our site got clicked on once, right? 3 URLs, but they're all on the same site. So our site level is going to stay the same. So what you're practically going to find between the two of these is that site level is going to underreport clicks and URL level, is going to over-report impressions. That's the primary difference between the two of these, and that also tells us a little bit about how we use the two of these. The way that we're going to use site level is we tend to use site level when we're measuring branded impressions. We want to count the number of people who searched for our brand, let's say for Zoopla, and we want to use that site level. On the other hand, if we wanted to count clicks, and for 99% of our other usage, we care about the URL that appears. It matters to us if they clicked this one, if they're looking for sale or for rent, or if they clicked how much my home is worth. So for 90% of the scenarios, you're going to use the URL level data. And for when you're calculating branded impressions and you're getting those numbers, you're going to want site level. Where does this appear in the interface? The answer is nowhere. By default, this will show everything at site level. So you'll see all of this at site level, with the exception of this Pages tab, which by definition, because it has pages in, has to be showing URL level. What's really confusing is if you pop into here and put a page filter on, all of this data will then be showing at URL level because you've added a page filter, so it has to be. This means that technically, if you were to break your site into like 4 different folders, filter to each of them using the page filter here, add it together, it wouldn't add together to these numbers that you have outside of it because these are showing site level by default, and as soon as you put the filter on, they became URL level. Anyway, with that little enjoyable little trap to leave you with, hopefully this has been helpful in explaining the difference between the two of those. And yes, we will see you next time. Have an excellent day.